Welcome to Primo RV Center inside a brand new Grand Surveyor 2026 253RLS. This was an extremely popular unit for us as a debut in 25. Super excited to have it back into stock. And this is the slightly revised 2026 model. Just subtle changes here. They're not looking to reinvent the wheel because it was so successful for them. A great size, coming in at just under 32 feet tip to tail. Kind of in that 26, just under 26 for the body. And we have still 400 watts of solar standard. So it certainly can be both a unit that suits being parked on a potential campsite with some great views quite easily, but it's also a great travel partner, even for that heavier half-ton truck. Comes in at 6,700 pounds here as it sits. And we can certainly help you make it into an even more of an off-grid machine by adding things like inverters, lithium batteries, so all things we can help you with. As we come in the door here, we're going to start right up next to our door here. So most of our main switches, all the typical inside-outside lights are going to be here for us. We're going to have our slide-out switch, our awning switch, all those main items. Just above there, if we had batteries on, we have a display showing how much power is coming into those batteries. We have a connect point here for our Bluetooth speakers as we come in the door. Beautiful glass door we'll see on the outside here. I did have to pull down the shade here, and you can see how big that window is with that shade just because there's so much sun coming through the back. But you get just a beautiful picture window back there. So if you've got any kind of view towards the back, you're definitely going to appreciate it. The side windows here, which also have the same roller shades, which are standard, just underneath the valance here. We've got the two windows that open on either end. Another fabulous feature here, other than you can have a whole group of people here playing cards at night, playing games, just enjoying a breakfast. Obviously, you've got room here at the end for additional seating if you wish. It does make a queen length bed. So again, as a great, adult secondary bed once in a blue moon for one or two people, works really, really well. And obviously, it's at the far end. This unit does come standard with two doors. So again, you've got that ability to leave your bedroom, go outside, cook breakfast in the morning, even if someone's sleeping here. So it works out really well for those occasional guests. And the dinette does give you great storage. So that's kind of the benefit of a dinette. You get all that storage, which you can access from the top cushions. But you also have the two doors. You do have at both ends of the table plug-ins as well as USB. So certainly it's a great spot to sit, do some work if you're going to have to be working from the road or you're just communicating with those, letting them know about all your grand adventures. Certainly one that works well. This layout, when I first walked into it in Indiana last year, it's definitely one that I knew from my pet owners. I think they would greatly appreciate it. It just got a lot of little nooks and crannies that would be wonderful if you have a dog or even cats for that matter. So just next to that sofa, great spot to have some dishes for dogs and stuff that's out of the way. And if they're bigger dogs, you've got a lot of room here on the floor that they can lay out. Being someone who has a Newfoundlander, I certainly know that not every layout is suited for those bigger dogs. So it's certainly one that does. You've got some great accent lighting that I love all the way around that slide out. So bringing some additional light in. We do have a vent back here. You are ducted here with AC with a 15,000 BTU AC standard. The front bedroom, should you think you ever need it, is also wired for an additional AC, should you find for some reason that you do need it. You've got the ability to put up the footrests on all three components of the couch here. And then if it's primarily just two of you most of the time, great little spot to have some drinks, breakfast, snacks, just watching a movie. And as we all would prefer, you've got your television and media right across from that couch. So it's a nice, easy watch if you just want to catch a movie. We'll check up on, again, sports and news and everything else as you're on the road. You'll certainly appreciate it. You'll see just below that, again, exactly where you'd want the fireplace, producing some nice heat here. You've got basically a 1500 watt space heater built in there. So as we continue above, we've got storage here, so some great media storage. Again, we've got those roller shades that continue throughout. All those windows are going to open. And then right across the way, we have a nice sized window in the kitchen area. So you do get some door side views, which is really nice as well. And again, you're going to get that cross ventilation here. So you've got the same size window, which I certainly appreciate. As we enter into the kitchen area, we've got ability to quickly sweep up and clean up that kitchen as you leave. So you can sweep into the standard vacuum, but it also comes with a full assortment of accessories. So you can run the hose from the very front of the coach right to the very back and quickly, again, vacuum up even that pet hair if you are traveling with dogs. So again, we've got media here. It has a smart TV, so you can certainly, if you're carrying things like Starlink, or again, if you're in something like a KOA where they have satellite internet, you can connect there. Last year, they made the revision to add a larger oven, so they were getting the request for, especially folks in a big kitchen like this, where they may be, summering in it or crisscrossing the country. to be able to cook something of a decent size, like a good sized chicken. So they do have a larger range, which is nice, something you'll see more in fifth wheels. You've got great storage throughout, beautiful brass accent handles, slow close drawers here. So again, something you'll appreciate, well constructed drawers as well. So you've got plywood in there. We've got our insert for our sink here, so our cutting board comes back. You've got a spot here for all your larger knives. You can keep a lot of your utensils in here for your stirring spoons, things like that for cooking. And you've just got a ton of counter space here to work with. So if you are somebody who likes to bake on the road as well, a little flip up counter extension here for maybe washing some vegetables, those kinds of things. And we'll have a pull out vegetable sprayer here as well. Again, huge stainless steel black sink. Lots of room for all our dishes above. And then we've got just a fabulous pantry that could be for additional dishes. Great spot to hide the all the pet food, those kinds of things in here. Could be a spot too on the bottom where you're keeping extra boots and shoes, and they're nicely tucked out of the way. We've got a huge 12-volt fridge here. So nice Furrion 10 cubic foot fridge with the associate freezer above it. Thermostat just before the bathroom here, which is an ensuite. So again, wonderful views here that go all the way around. So you can see all those windows, except for that very back window, they will all open. And again, LED lights throughout here. So even on a darker day, you're going to find it's quite bright. Being you've got that full 8-foot width bathroom, you're going to have, again, a tremendous amount of space. So the nice thing here is in the morning, you can certainly shut off this side of the coach. So you have that bedroom bathroom combo that again makes that bedroom feel bigger. So very handy if you have a guest, and obviously you can subdivide it from there. We've got a great little window in here for ventilation. I've got the blind half down, lots of storage underneath the in the vanity here, and then we've got some great spots here to keep all your basics of life. Again, thermostat there for our AC and our heat. We do have a standard hot water tank that's on demand here, so it's a Suburban, so a great brand name in the RV industry. So that's going to allow you to get a lot more of that hot water a lot faster, especially if you're on hot water. We've got a porcelain toilet here, huge shower here, so over 30 inches in width. And then we've got the mold and mildew resistant retractable door here as well for you. And again, lots of height in this coach. You've got additional skylight, so if you are somebody who's over 6 feet, this is certainly a line you're going to appreciate the headroom. They did upgrade the fan last year, so you've got a 4-speed fan there to really help to get out any of that humidity. And again, ducting toward the bathroom. They've added a lit mirror here with a great little accent wall here, which I love. And again, you can subdivide that bedroom off here. So we've got an adapted king here, so a little bit bigger bed. So all the Grand Surveyors will have a king bed, or an RV king bed. Not quite as big as home, but larger than a queen. So something you'll appreciate if you have a king at home. You've got tremendous storage, so standard drawers. And then you do have the struts on the bed here. So even if you did go and change out the mattress at some point, it's still going to help to lift that up for you. You've got some lighting here that's motion sensor based. Again, we've got that additional door here for you. And just a ton of storage. So we've got plug-ins on both sides of the bed. We've got USB and 120 volts. You've got a couple of drawers here for each. Hanging storage. And then going forward, you've got a spot here that you can keep that CPAP machine, keep a cup of water, some books. And then that huge window again, letting in lots of light. And then you've got your reading lights here. And then tremendous storage above. You can leave a lot of the sweaters and basics that you're naturally always going to bring with you for that colder weather, or some extra coats. That'll all go in here. We do have an emergency exit window here. Nice thing obviously in this bedroom is we do have that door that you can leave through. So again, great ventilation from the door side too. So this is a nice easy place to keep cool. And then if you have some guests in the back, you're definitely going to appreciate that you have that extra door. Our power converter is easily accessible here in the bedroom for fuses or any of those items. You do have a TV backer in here as well, so if you did want to have an additional TV, very easy to do that. As I mentioned, on the roof outside, we do have that solar. Some other nice features here, you'll see in a second. Very long awning that runs the full length, and then some great amenities here for cooking outside. So we'll head outside here. You can appreciate those amenities whether you're on the road or at the campsite. So you'll notice here we do have the more ride steady steps. So again, you can dial it in if you've got uneven terrain. The nice thing is it's not just one door, they do it on both. So something you'll definitely appreciate. And then as you go in and out, you're gonna have that lend a hand. We do have those beautiful glass black doors. And we've got that awning that's gonna run from this side of the door all the way past that front door. So giving you certainly in that 20-foot area there to work with. And you can easily flip up these stairs and just use one if for any reason they're in the way. So I know many of my clients will tend to flip up that one into the bedroom, which they won't use all that often. And then you've got a pretty clear walkway here, so you can really set up a kitchen area and you know, that living space that you're going to enjoy. So again, we've got those nice big windows here. You can see how large that window is in the back. We've got a standard ladder set up here. So it's pre-set up for the Lippert detachable ladder. And we've got a spot here in the middle that is pre-wired for your backup camera, should you wish to add one. Spare tire will be standard. Any of the Grand Surveyors will be standard with power jacks. So you've got a set back here with a switch, and you've got a set at the front with a switch, as well as your front power jack. So a little easier up and down and kind of getting leveled and all that good stuff. We do have a standard hitch, so if you're on the road and you wanted to carry some e-bikes or things like that, or even standard bikes, you are ready to do that with a basic slide-in bike rack. So we come underneath our awning. We've got it fully lit here. You're going to have some exterior entertainment built in with the 2 speakers. Again, we can choose inside and outside speakers based on our preference, and then we can connect to a device and then simply stream music. We are standard with Goodyear tires on all our Surveyor and Grand Surveyor products. We do have TPMS, so basically a tire pressure monitor system. So small screen was on the counter there in the kitchen. You can put that in the vehicle, plug it in for those big journeys, and you'll know if there's a pressure drop and if you're having an issue with a tire. So great safety feature. We have a connection here, an out port for TV, so if you want to set one up on the outside, a couple exterior outlets, and then we've got our Swiss Army knife kitchen, I like to call it. So you do have a little sink that's removable. We do have hot and cold water located here that you can tie into and serve, you know, make a little wash station. We've got that additional little fridge, which is going to be just 120 volts. You'll need power for that one. That's not going to be one unless you run it off an inverter that'll work. We do have a griddle station here, so it does come with a griddle that's just stored away in the front compartment, and then a great shield to help keep heat and any of that food off the sidewall. So we are standard here with a fiberglass sidewall with a Asdel backer, so there is no wood in that sidewall. That is going to keep this unit looking like this in 5 years and then 10 years. So it does make a massive difference. We do not bring in any product lines that do not use a similar construction, because we know the difference over time, and we want our customers to be able to enjoy their units for a very long time. Beautiful gel coat front cap here. We've got beautiful light at the front to again help illuminate things. We've got our power jack, as I mentioned, 2 20-pound tanks, lots of room for multiple batteries, anywhere from 2 to 3. We do have a battery cutoff switch up front for you, so if you're going to storage, you can flip that to off. Those will still charge, and then that's our TPMS sensor here, our relay for around all 4 wheels. We do have a nice high-rise stone guard, so if you're heading to terrain that's a little rougher, you've got lots of protection built into the front. Large front compartment here for you. So with some fully pass-through, you can see that aluminum structure. You saw that light come on, that's a motion sensor light, and you do also have some USB-C as well out here, so you can set up a bit of a charging station. So we come around the corner, we will see our slide out here. So you'll see it come out that 3.5 feet. Easy access for winterization to our on-demand hot water tank. And then we've got our city and our water tank, our access to fresh water tank, nice and easily accessible here at the front. So depending on again what you have, if it's traditional parks in our area where you may be filling water, nice and easy to do that once you get there, and you don't have to carry that water weight. So it'll be standard with a 50 amp hookup, and that would be if you're running, say, the 2 ACs, because it is pre-wired for it. In this case, we can simply use a 30 amp connection. So if there is no plans to add something like a second AC, you can certainly always choose to dumb it down to that 30 amp connection without issues. But you'll see here, take note certainly of the window coverage here. Just great window coverage, ton of natural light. If you're a fan of natural light, you're going to appreciate this unit. It does work really well inside on those days where you have to be inside for a while, but again, as you come out with that nice long awning and all the amenities on the outside to do cooking and set up a external living room here, it's something that certainly can work for many clients, and we certainly had that this summer where we had folks that were parking it, but also those looking to do some extended touring. We'd invite you out to Primo RV Center to come have a much closer look at this brand new 2026 253 RLS in Forest River's Grand Surveyor Series.